Welcome to Breaking the News. I'm Kent Erdahl in for Jana. Tech scammers have been using the E-ZPass brand to cause headaches for all kinds of people lately. But a Minnesota lawmaker says E-ZPass lanes themselves are their own kind of headache. And today, he told our Ian Russell why he wants the state to ditch the company completely. Hi, Ian.
Hey, Kent. Well, yeah, there's 4 areas where we see those E-ZPass lanes here in the cities. 394 from Wayzata to Minneapolis, 35W from Burnsville to Minneapolis, 35E from St. Paul to White Bear Lake, and 35W from Roseville to Blaine. Of course, they're all meant to ease congestion and move drivers along, but one state rep, as you mentioned, is questioning how worthwhile those lanes are.
Millions of motorists travel thousands of miles daily on Minnesota roads, from out of state.
We are both from Columbia, Missouri.
To here in the cities.
It's a big city.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone knows traffic can be a nightmare. It's the whole reason we have these E-ZPass lanes.
I think they're a great idea for alleviating congestion and encouraging people to share rides.
And while Chris Detmer and Tom Frankman are on board with these, not everyone would agree.
As a commuter, I was saying no, this should be changed.
Republican State Representative Elliot Engen won't mince words about this. Much like the scam texts we've all gotten about unpaid tolls recently, he thinks the lanes themselves are a scam too.
You used some pretty strong words in that post as well. I mean, you called it just straight up a scam.
Yeah, it is. I don't think that the government should double tax people who just want to make that commute, that they have to make to get to their job anyways. Let's free up that traffic for people. That actually makes it safer on the roads, and they can keep more money in their pocket.
In the coming days, Engen plans on introducing a bill to ban the collection of tolls on Minnesota highways.
I just don't think that the government necessarily needs to profit off of something that you need to get to work.
Solo drivers pay somewhere between $1.25 and $8 per ride, depending on the number of cars and speeds in the lane. According to MnDOT, money collected on the E-ZPass lanes up to a certain point stays in the corridor where it was collected, going towards operations and maintenance. Engen says it should stay with you.
We shouldn't be imposing just another layer of more and more money that's coming out of their pocket simply to get to work. That doesn't seem right to me.
When you look at that, though, does that seem as if that's top of people's agenda right now, or do you think there are other things that are on their minds?
I think Minnesotans, by and large, feel like they're not getting the ROI that they used to with their tax dollars.
Engen's proposal would see these lanes turned into dynamic shoulder, general purpose, or HOV lanes. There could still be dedicated lanes under his bill, but they wouldn't cost anything to use. It's an idea Engen says he came up with after he thought about his own experience.
The other lanes are bumper to bumper, but there's a lane right there that we could all be using, and maybe it wouldn't be bumper to bumper if we could.
Tom and Chris say as drivers, there's plenty of things to consider first. Engen says he already has, now ready to push to get this done.
I don't see how people are being forced to pay for those roads, and it sounds like the people that do choose to pay for it are helping out the road system.
Do you think this has a chance?
You never know unless you try. That's the thing about politics, is nothing gets done unless you press it.
Engen says he hopes to have bipartisan support on this and believes members of his party will get behind this bill. A House DFL spokesperson told me they have no thoughts on this at this time. E-ZPass says it's collected more than $13.8 billion in electronic toll revenues. Kent?
Well, Ian, would the state's contract with E-ZPass even allow a quick exit here?
Yeah, so back in 2021, when MnDOT moved the MnPass system to E-ZPass, they signed a contract to join this system that's across the Midwest and the East Coast. Now, reports at that time state that Minnesota does pay yearly to be a part of this, and they could opt out at any time. Engen told me he didn't look at that, instead pointing to his own experience as a driver here in the cities.
All right, thanks, Ian. We'll be right back.